right, real quick, let me bust this down. You know, when you look at our people who really don't get the understanding of the Bible, or you look at people who don't get the understanding, you really can't really blame them, because you can't blame them, but you can. And I'm going to explain that. You really can't blame them because they only going by what they was taught. If you was taught that this shirt was black your whole life, then you gonna think it's black. Now somebody coming along and tell you that this is red, this is not black. But they don't understand it was never black, it really was red. You trying to prove that to them people through scripture. And they've been told that this was black for 20 to 30 years, bro. I understand why it's hard to take in the correct understanding. Even though it's right there in your face, I can understand it. Now, what is your fault is when somebody bring you the understanding and it's plain right there in your face, you still try to deny it because of pride. I'm gonna give you an example. When you get to bringing the Old Testament out and reading the Old Testament, they'll say, why you reading that? We under a new covenant. Like, they love to say that. They don't know who the new covenant is for. They think when they saying that we under a new covenant, the Son of Man came and we under a new covenant. That's true, bro. That is true. But they don't understand when they saying that they not really saying nothing different, because the new covenant is still for Israel. They didn't know that. They didn't know that, because if they did, they would not use that as a rebuttal. When you read the Old Testament, the Old Testament, they using that as a rebuttal to saying, hey, I understand that was for Israel, but Christ came, or the Son of Man came, and now that's for everybody. Then when you show them in the New Testament, or the new covenant that they saying we under, when you show them in the new covenant that it say verbatim that the new covenant is for Israel. Hebrews 8 and 8, Hebrews 8 and 9, Hebrews 8 and 10. New Testament is going to tell you who the new covenant is for. Right there, it's going to say Israel. You can go to Romans 9 and 4. They love Paul so much. It's right there in Romans 9 and 4 that the adoption was for Israel. When he say the adoption, he talking about way back when Jacob and Esau was born. Before they was even out the womb, the children was still in the womb, and he had already said, hey, the elder gonna serve the younger. He made a choice then. They didn't come out, they didn't earn it. It wasn't a works. They didn't work for the promise. When they was in the stomach, he made his choice then. That's his purpose. He wanted to do that. That's how he done it. He said the elder gonna serve the younger. You didn't know who those people was, and you didn't know that was talking about a whole nation of people. You didn't know that because Pastor Porkchop ain't breaking it down. When he say in John 7:19, did not Moses give you the law? Who did Moses give the law to? Did he give it to everybody, or did he give it to Israel? That's way in the New Testament. Under the new covenant y'all talking about. He keeping you over there in the stories of the Samaritan woman. He keeping you over there in the stories of the centurion man. We get the same questions from y'all people who go to church on Sunday, every time. We get the same questions. That's how we know that y'all hooked on phonics. It could be somebody that I'm teaching of all the way across the world who go to church on Sunday. They gonna ask me the same question that one of my relatives gonna ask me. Because they under the same ideology, bro. He lied to you just like they pastor lying to him. The new covenant is for Israel, bro. You think you a Gentile when he called you a God. He got you thinking that the Jewish man is Israel and you could be grafted into their nation. That's what he got you thinking. That ain't what that means, bro. You are the real Jew of the Bible, and he cannot be grafted into your nation. That's why they don't want you to know about the bloodline. That's why when you get to reading, this one begot this one begot that one, you lose focus. You don't understand that the blood is say that for a reason, so you can understand the bloodline, who everybody came from. Everybody in this world came from somebody. It started with Adam. Everybody came from somebody, so that means the white man was walking around in the Bible. That means the Arab man was walking around in the Bible. That means the Hispanic man was walking around in the Bible. You just don't know who these people are because he's not breaking down the scripture. You think you the Gentile the Bible speaks of that could be grafted in with the Jews. That's what you think. You don't know you the Jews. You don't know that. And he cannot be grafted in. When it say Greek nor Jew, those are both Jews. Let me break that down. Because he's talking about Jews who took on Greek customs. That's why you got to read the Apocrypha. That's why they don't want you reading that. Because if you don't read the Apocrypha, you will never understand what Greek nor Jew mean. You'll never understand that. You would never get that. If he never broke that down to you in Maccabean times, you would never get the understanding of that, bro. I'm going to say this one more time, bro. Just like how you was a slave to Egyptians, you was a slave to Greeks at one point in history in the Bible. You was a slave to Greeks. During the time you was a slave to Greeks, you had to assimilate the Greeks, meaning that whatever they did, you had to do. You couldn't say you was a Jew no more in Greek captivity. You had to say you was a Greek, thus the term Jew nor Greek. You couldn't follow the Sabbath no more. You had to follow the holidays that they had. You couldn't eat or celebrate the dietary law that God had you celebrating or that he ordained for you. You had to eat of their sacrifices. You had to participate in their Greek games. The same thing you're doing right now today with football, basketball, and all the rest of that. Those are Greek games that you learn in Greek captivity. Meanwhile, you talking about the Bible, it was used to put our people in slavery, but you participate in the very things or the very traditions that was given to us in slavery. Christmas was given to you in slavery. Sports was given to you in slavery, not the Bible. Not the Bible. That was not given to you in slavery. Matter of fact, when God gave Moses the first 5 books, you was free from slavery. You was out of Egypt, fam. When you first got the first 5 books, you was already out of slavery. Facts. So they don't understand that neither. Now, they think that the old law is done for. But for your tithe money, he don't mind reading your Malachi 3 and 8. That's in the old law. That's in the old law. Who you think got the law of tithes? God gave that to Moses. That's what tithes first came. In the law of Moses, first 5 books. He tell you that law is done for. So if you're under grace, why you paying tithes? You under grace. He read you Malachi 3 and 8. Will a man rob God? Why he even reading Malachi 3 and 8? That's under the old law. He shouldn't be reading that. He should be starting from Matthew. He should not be reading nothing in the Old Testament. Everything he should be reading should be starting from Matthew on down. Since you're under a new covenant. Y'all don't even know. Y'all quick to say we're under a new covenant, but you don't know. You think that new covenant is for everybody. Then when I show you Hebrews 8 and 8, or if I show you Jeremiah 31 and 31, you like, dang, it actually say that the new covenant is for Israel. Y'all don't understand the difference between a straight line and a parable. The Son of Man spoke in parables for a reason, because you had enemies around, fam. Meaning that he spoke in code. That's why y'all don't understand none of the letters of Paul. Those are written in code for people like you. Y'all got the Pharisee spirit, so we got to talk in code around you niggas. And nigga is in the Bible for people who got a problem with me saying that. I know Pastor Shifty ain't never taught you that, but that's in the scripture. It's in the scripture, bro. It's imperative that you wake up, especially in the times we in. You can't explain no prophecy right now. None. And none of these other people that y'all listening to. Watch this. What is the plan do Billy Carson got for our people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? What's the plan he got for our people that's at the bottom of society right now? What plan do he got for our people to put us back in our rightful spot? What's his plan? What's any of these niggas playing? Whoever you're listening to. What's these niggas playing? These niggas just be talking, bro. What is these niggas playing to get us out from the bottom of society? Because the Bible is our plan. What is they plan? They don't have a plan, bro. And you can't say that I'm stuck at the bottom because I don't want nothing you niggas want. So you can't say I'm stuck at the bottom. You niggas don't want salvation. You niggas want Gucci. I don't want nothing you niggas want. I want salvation. So I ain't in the same rut you niggas in. You niggas in a rut because y'all want to get that. I'm not in the rut. It's a whole nother playing field over here. So y'all in the rut. I'm not in the rut. I'm grateful for the things God gave me. That's why the scriptures say godliness with contentment is great gain. You don't understand about that. So I'm not in a rut like y'all in a rut. Man, y'all better wake up. Shalom.